And welcome back to Public Affairs on Peach. April Witt is an astronomer with the Fernbank Science Center. I think if anyone knows anything about eclipse, it would be you. Nice to see you.
And to see you, sir.
Yeah, you know, I've noticed that there's been, I thought there was another eclipse in my lifetime. They've been total, partial. I mean, in other words, I hear eclipse every now and then, but this is a pretty big deal.
You were in 1984? Were you in the Atlanta area?
No, but I was alive. That's a good thing. I was alive. That's always a good thing. So
there was a partial that came through here.
Right.
I wasn't here either at that time. But the last time that there was a total solar eclipse like this one from the East Coast to the West Coast, that was in 1918. Wow. So it's been a while.
Yeah, so a lot of folks would consider this maybe like the Super Bowl for you guys. I mean, I've never seen so much attention paid to something like this in a very, very long time.
It doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
And I think part of it is with the news media able to do really fast turnaround, lots of information really, really quickly to a lot of people. I think that's what makes it a little bit different this time around too. Back in 1979, when it was, radio and TV was all there was.
Right, and it just happened. And I know that one thing that I always look at is that with that new media and with the social media is that more people, I mean, schools are letting out early, all this stuff, and more people are going to be experiencing this than they ever have of anything. So it's kind of neat that that's going to get people interested maybe in astronomy as well.
Or in science in general. Right.
Absolutely, yeah.
And part of it is questions that then people ask. So the only time you can have an eclipse of the sun is when the moon is between the Earth and the sun, right?
Right.
Okay, so it has to be the new moon phase. Well, that happens every month. Why don't we have an eclipse every month?
Good question. Why don't we have
orbits? The orbit of the Earth, the orbit of the moon, slightly tilted in relation to each other.
Right.
So every time the new moon comes around, the shadow might fall above the Earth, might fall below the Earth. Sometimes it hits the Earth. We're the lucky ones.
Now, do you get excited as an astronomer of this occurrence? I know you do, but I mean, is it overblown? Are we making too much of this event?
No.
Or is it never enough to grab attention to something you do?
It is if you get a chance to see the total eclipse, go to some place where it's clear, you can see the whole thing. It is a spiritual experience. It's just amazing. We don't get the total eclipse, but it's still going to be cool to watch. There'll be a little tiny crescent of light still left. And if it's possible, if you're in a place where you can see what's going on around you, watch people, watch the sunlight shining through trees. Those little speckles on the ground, they're usually round. That's the image of the sun. During the eclipse, as you watch, those speckles will turn into little crescents, and then thicker crescents, thinner, thinner, thinner. Till at the 2:36 time, it'll be a little skinny crescent. But watch what happens. The temperature drops, the sky. It's not going to get black dark. We're not going to see stars.
Okay, so you won't see stars. I was going to ask that question. What can people expect? Because I think people expect it's going to be dark, and you're going to be putting on candles and everything like that. But it's not going to be that kind of event. This isn't the North Pole, or something.
Not quite, no.
Yeah.
But the quality of the light changes. It gets kind of silvery colored instead of golden yellow sunshine.
Right.
So it's silvery colored. It's dimmer. If you look at a shadow, your shadow on the ground, nice crisp edges. During the partial phases, shadows get fuzzy around the edges. If you have a cheese grater and you let the sun shine through it, see all those little circles of light on the ground, watch during the eclipse every 15 minutes, go out with your cheese grater, watch what happens as the little bite gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
I never thought of that. What are the, I mean, you have some things here. What do you have? I told you to bring some stuff, and what is the mirror?
This is actually another way to watch the eclipse. Many people are concerned, eye doctors and everybody else, about people looking up at the sun. Another way to do it is look an image of the sun down on the ground, like the little sparkles under the tree. Or if you take a hand mirror, and you take an envelope that the hand mirror will fit inside, and you cut a little triangular hole, and then I was just trying it over here, and it does work.
Really?
Let the sunlight shine on the mirror. You've done this as a kid, right?
And I did the one with the box.
Did you ever do the magnifying glass and ants? Okay, you don't
never,
have to say.
April, never. I never would do that.
Never did that.
Never would do that. I wasn't that oriented into that.
But if you orient the mirror around until the light, you can see, shine it on a wall, shine it on a piece of poster board, and it'll be a round image of the sun. But not the little teeny kind like you get with a pinhole projector. It'll be a nice sized image. So you can see sunspots, you can see, well, for us, we'll see that little crescent, right?
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Yeah, and we want to let folks know that in Atlanta, I mean, a lot of folks have made plans for years out to experience this in North Georgia, but it's going to be something we can see right here in Atlanta as well.
It will. It's not as good as totality, but it's not too shabby.
Right. So the further you go into that, I mean, I know there's percentages. The further you get closer, you're talking 98%, 99%. But a lot of folks can't make that drive.
Right.
So So they will get to experience it and see the darkening skies a little bit. It's just that there's going to be that crescent you said on the side.
Just make us have a good weather day and we're all set.
Oh, you know, it's just
no
one
pressure.
of those. No pressure at all. But I mean, that's something when you have this kind of event in the South in August, July,
right.
You're going to get those buildup of clouds and even some showers and thunderstorms. I mean, there was a stretch earlier a few weeks ago where we had this blue skies for a period of time, but it's not going to be a washout. So some areas are going to experience it even in the totality area. So that's a good news. Now, how long is it going to last? How long is this eclipse going to last? About?
If you're on the center line, North Georgia, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. For us, the few minutes that's around 2:36 in the afternoon, 2:38, 2:40, that'll be the time the sun will be the smallest crescent that you can see.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I get excited when I get up in the morning and see that's Mars, that's Venus. I mean, so this could be something even bigger where everyone can just don't look directly in the sun for sure.
Well, watch the moon over the next few days, right? This morning it was like a quarter moon, a little bit slimmer than that.
Yeah.
Each morning for the next couple, it'll be thinner and closer to where the sun's going to be coming up. Just something to watch for if you're up before the sun.
Yeah, April, I've learned a lot.
Thank you for having
I did not
us.
do that thing to bugs, though. I'd never do that.
Never.
Yeah, never do that. There's no proof.
Spiders, maybe.
Yeah. When Public Affairs on Peach returns, we head up to Rabun County where they're all fired up about the eclipse. Stay tuned.